Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dragon Talk. I am Greg Tito, and I do not have sound, I don't think. Do I have sound? Are we sounding? We're sounding.
Oh.
It's just your voice.
It's just my voice
You don't
that
have
sounds
a
terrible.
voice.
Welcome
You
to
literally don't have sound. Good
This is
morning.
Shelly. Hi, Shelly.
Hi, good
How
morning.
are you?
Great, how are you?
We have Jim's up here.
Hello.
In case
how's
you
it
didn't
going?
recognize him
Right?
without his hair.
I'm slightly more aerodynamic than before.
You
I
want
think
to
it's a
talk
good
about
look.
this?
I think
I
you should
should
do this all
probably
the time.
talk about. Could you please explain how this happened? Yeah.
I saw a pile of your hair in the makeup room. Not lying.
As much as I would love to say I just shaved my head for Dragon Talk, just for you guys.
Yeah.
I actually did this yesterday for the Descent Session 4. I was playing Minsk, the Legendary Ranger. And I was joined by Matthew Mercer as Boo, the miniature giant space hamster.
You did great.
So we figured
You were a great pair.
We would go for the gusto, commit to the bit.
Go for the eyes.
Yeah, and just
We got it all on tape. That's
Yeah.
the best part about it.
Was good.
my greatest moment before it all played out was I actually sent a text message and photo to my brother, and he was like, "Cool Minsk cosplayer."
Oh.
Because I write Minsk and Boo in the comics, so he thought I was just taking a photo of someone, and then 3 or 4 minutes later, he sends another text, and he's like, "Holy, that's you!" So that was good.
You've never shaved your head before, huh?
I've never shaved my head before.
It's a good head.
I was worried I was going to have the asteroid, the big craters and strange. Yeah.
Looks normal.
Were you not a phrenologist?
No, I wasn't.
Studied your,
you sort of I think we're okay, But yeah, no, it feels a little weird, but yeah, it's good.
The
What was it
makeup
like to
looked
play that
amazing.
character? I'm sorry, I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
No.
What was it like playing that character that you've been writing for the last
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing Minsk since, I guess, early 2014 when we started working on Legends of Baldur's Gate, which was the first of the sort of official D&D 5th edition comics. And Minsk and Boo are real central and core to it. And figuring out their voice and getting a feel for their personality has been a blast. Bringing them back into current Forgotten Realms continuity felt like that was a reward in and of itself. And then last night was, I can't adequately describe it to you. It was surreal. It was utterly surreal. Playing D&D with your friends is the best.
Right.
Playing with a screaming crowd
Yeah.
that every roll and every move
They
you
were
make,
into it.
it was like a rush. It's a weird and amazing feeling. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome and strange and glorious. I didn't look at my phone after we finished the session because I was like, I just need to just marinate in this for a sec before social media tells me I have an ugly head or something. But no, everyone was awesome. We had the best time.
My favorite moment was,
Yeah.
I saw it coming, I think, maybe 10 seconds before the audience did, where you're like, I have no ranged weapon.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yes.
And then I go, oh, I do have a ranged weapon. And then I switched hands with him. And then it was funny too, because afterwards Chris goes, and you didn't say it, you held it for a moment. Like the audience is waiting for you to say, go for the eyes,
Yep.
Boo. And I was like, fly true, my friend. And then go for the eyes. And the crowd just again, the sound hits you like a bit of a wave. It's kind of wild.
And Matt was so perfect.
Oh my
that,
God.
When the moment, when he looked at you, do it, boss.
It was the
Throw me out there.
most
Put me
amazing
in,
thing.
coach.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I had another moment where I was looking around and I'm like, it's my job. I get to write comic books and play Dungeons and Dragons.
And then you
with,
get to play the characters that
some
you're
of my
writing.
favorite people, and you guys have been wonderful. It's been a real, and it was my birthday yesterday.
And it was his birthday.
Happy birthday. I can't
Thank
believe
you.
you turned 32 years old.
Yeah, if only it were that. No, it was bonkers. It was one of the wildest weekends. I was saying I've probably been to over 250 conventions around the world, and this weekend has been one of the best of my life. You guys have been delightful and wonderful,
That's
and
this guy.
I can't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity to do ridiculous things and meet ridiculous people and have these experiences. So.
How funny is it too that you had that experience on Saturday night, but then we also announced so many amazing projects and things that you're working on.
Yeah, 4 different D&D projects this weekend. So Descent into Inverness is based on a story push that I did with Adam Lee in late 2017. So a lot of the funky, crazy stuff that's in the new game is stuff that we brainstormed over about a 4-day period in the Wizards of the Coast office.
Right.
Stuff like the soul coins and the War Machine stuff, and a lot of the quest elements that are playing into the big campaign that I don't want to reveal some of the big secrets, we're still keeping close to our chest. That's stuff that we came up with over a year and a half ago. And then the tie-in comic that we're doing at IDW, which is called Dungeons & Dragons Infernal Tide. Max Dunbar is back. He's the artist on the original Legends of Baldur's Gate.
Awesome.
Nice.
So he's back, and we're doing an epic, delve into Avernus, Baldur's Gate stuff, up to our eyeballs. It's going to be glorious. And Max and I have been working together on all sorts of other projects, like at Marvel, and we've got a new creator-owned book we've been doing over at Amazon. But D&D's in his blood, and we're so thrilled to be back doing this book. I can't describe it enough. And then the double, left-right punch of Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons. So we've got Rick and Morty versus D&D 2, the Painscape, which is coming out this fall. Troy Little is back, and we are doing another insane Rick and Morty D&D adventure. This time, Dungeons and Dragons is coming to Earth, and they've got their hunter's mark on Rick Sanchez. And then we're doing Rick and Morty.
D&D.
I always screw up the order.
I know.
Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty, the adventure.
The tabletop
Yeah.
role-playing adventure.
And it's a box set.
It's a box
It is
set.
like a real
Everything you need.
beauty, filled to the brim with a Rick Sanchez style adventure.
Original
and
adventure, yes.
Rick's annotated rule book to teach you how to really play.
Yep, the real way.
Old
We've got
school, new school.
character sheets, pre-made
D&D.
character sheets, beautiful DM screen.
Yeah.
Dice.
Unbelievable.
Custom dice.
I love that I was in the office in March, and we were literally looking at prototype dice. We're like, oh, which one is the correct portal color
I know.
versus logo
We got
color?
it. We nailed it.
Yeah,
I'll
so
tell you
beautiful.
that.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice. So
that's gonna be-
excited.
So next year, we'll expect you to be playing as Rick.
Yeah, I'll grow the hair out instead.
Start now.
Yeah.
Total opposite.
It'll be really good.
You're gonna have to dye it. And
I did Rick Sanchez at Emerald City Comic Con. I was DM Rick Sanchez for a 2-hour session.
yeah. And you stayed in character.
I did. It was a lot of swearing. It was really
lot of
fun.
That was a big
Oh my
inspiration
God.
for I think this collaboration. Everyone's like, oh gosh, that'll be a lot of fun. Let's get a
yeah.
box set
That
together.
was like
and get
it was
kids
like an
swearing.
informal play test.
It was. It was like
Yeah.
an informal play test.
Well, what I
did-
did
That's
actually,
right.
He really was testing.
we were
some of
already
the
working
stuff.
on the game, and so what I did was I snuck in some of the charts that we use in the game box.
Nice.
I was using on the players without telling them, because of course no one knew we were working on the game. So
Yep.
it was awesome.
So
good
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being
No
here, for
problem.
being
Keeping
a part
busy.
of all of the craziness, as well as being here at 8:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning after you had
The day after your
show.
birthday.
The day
Yeah.
after your birthday.
Yeah, gonna
While
go
you're
get-
on East Coast time.
Right? It's great.
Now he's
All the
just
things.
started getting into
To you, sir,
Thank
you did a
you.
fantastic job last night, and you
Whoa.
will continue to do good forever.
Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
you guys.
you.
We'll be back very soon with Eric Jordan from Idle Champions and Ryan Hartman from Penny Arcade.
Woohoo.
1 minute. We'll be back.
All right. Sweet.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Don't forget your microphone, your tab.
Oh yeah, right. Just
You're attached.
tear myself.
All right.
I can imagine.
All the things happening. All right, so hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Talk. I am Greg, and Shelly is here.
Yes.
Mostly in
And Eric's here.
I'm here.
And
yes,
Ryan's
sure.
here.
Ryan.
Not Jerry.
I'm not
Ryan,
Jerry.
not
It's
Jerry.
kind of like Jerry.
Yes, so welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. It's
Code
Sunday
name.
morning.
It is Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
A long weekend.
That's
One of
right.
the only things I know is true at this point.
Instead of
Is
Sunday
that it is
morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So Eric, you're here from Idle Champions of the Forgotten
I
Realms.
am, absolutely.
And of course, Ryan from the Penny Arcades, Acquisitions Incorporated, and the C Teams.
Yes, and
All
PAX.
And PAX.
I'll represent as many things as you need.
There must be a reason why the two of you are together.
Why are we here?
Why are you here together?
I'm here just to take Jerry's place. I have to, I gotta stress, I'm not Jerry. I'm gonna say a lot of controversial things, and I don't want them attributed to him. No.
You're like, I've been
We're about to get
That is
real.
the
We're gonna
best
get
way
real.
Platform
to
right
say
now.
controversial things.
So yeah, why are you
Why
here?
are we
Yeah,
here?
oh
So,
yeah, no, to talk
well, I
about
guess,
our
yeah,
PA.
Talk about the integration.
yeah.
You know, so
The
I guess.
integration.
Yeah, integration. Well, Idle Champions, for folks who don't
Yes.
know, right? So it's a Dungeons and Dragons strategy management game. You can play it on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Android tablets, websites.
Kinda everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, all sorts of different things, iPads. And for a while, we've been working with wonderful folks like the C Team and Ryan to bring their characters in, so you can have characters from streams as well as, Minsk and Boo, Jim's Up, that whole stuff in there. So iconic characters as well as streamed content characters. And then we thought it'd be really cool to find a way so that the video game could affect tabletop play.
Oh.
So we thought that would be a cool thing. And actually,
Tell us more.
the birth of it was last year at this event, chatting about kind of this concept of how can we tie the gameplay with people's actions in a stream. And so we were chatting with our lovely friends over at Penny Arcade as a way to bring those two things together. And so last week we launched the integration between our game and this second season, right?
This is season 3.
Oh, season 3, sorry.
Yeah.
Season 3, yeah.
It's pretty cool. So Idle Champions is it's a clicker, but there's a lot of mission depth and things like that within the game itself. A lot of strategy within when you're playing it. In our C-Team game, we use a lot of different metrics to affect the game, so players can donate and affect how things go. Both like they vote for how things will go in the next story. Be like, should so and so's sister show up or their brother show up, and that'll dictate what happens the next episode.
It's like a pick a path.
Yeah. So the audience feels engaged, and also if you were like donate bits and boons to like my character, like Dinar, then I can roll with advantage, like in a sticky situation and things like that. And there's a little meter as these things happen that accrues
God,
at the
that's
bottom.
awesome.
And then once it fills all up, then it's called tipping the cauldron, and something crazy happens. Jerry has a whole chart, or he'll roll, and then it'll be either a really good random thing happens or a really bad thing. And we were able to integrate with Idle Champions towards the cauldron stuff. So you can play Idle Champions, do missions, and achieve objectives in that game, and then those fill over to the cauldron in our live game.
Yeah, and a super
Yeah.
cool thing that we have this time. We ran the first experiment was with High Rollers. Was the first time that we tried that.
Okay.
We learned a bunch, and we were generally very happy with that. And planning another one there, and we're like, oh, let's take that. Do stuff with Penny Arcade C Team, and one of the things that we learned was we thought, in the good nature of our players, they would only want to do positive things in games. We were wrong. And so for this one, there's a vote, so players can kind of go in, do the set of things, and then they get to vote each day, and they can vote, do they want a positive thing or a negative thing?
Right.
And the first time through, it
all
was like pretty heavy weight into the positive,
was like
especially right at the beginning.
70-30, yeah.
Yeah, but I was actually just checking the numbers last night, and it's 54.
Ah, man.
Oh, no.
So, but 54 positive. So positive still eking
right.
out. People are like,
The
okay,
fandom is called the Shadow Council, right?
That's true.
That's true.
there-
That's true.
That does
Yeah.
that does track.
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
they're fickle. I have a feeling this will go in waves. This will be a sign for sure.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, ups and downs
Yes.
all over town.
Peaks and valleys. It's like real life, though. Like, you have to have
It
some
is.
obstacles
It
to
is.
grow.
And if you die at the table, you die in real life. Like it's all.
Yeah. And people,
Falling leaf.
Yeah.
people always vote on
That's
if
for
they
next
want good
edition.
or
That's for
bad.
that's
And
60.
it's like it's a little bit like the Hunger Games, kind of.
Yeah. That's alright.
Just like the Hunger Games.
So I'm curious for you, Ryan. Like, how did it feel? I was actually down here getting ready for all this. I didn't see the stream. So how did it feel to have the tipping of the cauldron? Because it was good, so it helped you guys
Yeah.
theoretically. So how
Yeah,
did
so
it-
what happened?
Yeah,
when the
what
It was
happened?
cool. Well, I think because it was really neat and everyone was really excited. It happened very fast. Historically, we've been able to like figure out these things. Usually happen like once per show, and they usually happen towards the end. And this was like everyone was excited and jumped right in. So it was like we had multiple tips that show, which was kind of
Nice.
crazy.
Nice.
And it was just throwing craziness everywhere, but it was super cool. It was really neat, and the
Did it help
fans
you
have been
out
great.
some,
Yeah, so what
like-
kinds
Yeah.
of things happen that help you?
So different things historically have happened in the game. So Jerry has this giant chart, but he won't show us what it is.
course.
But he's given us little glimpses at it, and it's I think he's got like a chart of like 60 or so potential options with one word, and then he kind of interprets how that'll affect the scene.
Oh, God.
But we've had like we've had like boss fights where the boss was almost dead. Tipped the cauldron. They healed. They like completely
Oh,
healed. It was like,
God.
oh God. But then sometimes we've had like really lucky things happen where it positively affected the group, like getting out of danger or very difficult enemies, things falling on them. It swings both ways. But
Okay.
it's been really neat. But a lot of times it'll be like he'll use it for drama and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Random characters that weren't supposed to be there. It's like, well, I'll bring them in, and then we'll have this random NPC pop in. It's pretty neat. I'm constantly amazed at all our little back end tools that are thrown together by our tech genius Mike Buellin. He's like fantastic, and he does all the stuff. And I know you guys. He's been doing a lot with you guys
Yeah,
to,
lots of
to
kind of
integrate all that
integration,
stuff
stuff like
in.
that, yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
clever with all
I
these
love
tools.
it's all just like improv games, and like when you go to see like a comedy improv show or something like that, they do
Yeah.
very similar
Throw-
inputs.
yeah,
right?
that's
And
right,
it sounds
yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
what Jerry's getting and what you guys, but you're not getting it from each other. You're getting it from the crowd. You're getting
Yeah.
it from people who are playing Idle Champions,
Yeah.
which is
No,
amazing.
the ability to let the fans interact is really cool. I like
Yeah.
that this. I would like to open the door as much as possible and gamifying it to a degree. I like game the game. It's like that's awesome.
Yeah,
neat.
and for us, it really fit kind of the vision of Idle Champions was that it's not, like we never intended it to be something that would like replace tabletop play or kind of capture that experience. It was really around interacting with that world and the characters and something that you can do in parallel at times when you can't be playing D&D at that time or can't be watching it. So it's a thing that you can do. So it kind of really felt natural to then have it impact tabletop play. Right?
Yep.
Very cool. So you guys already did one of these. When's the next time that's gonna?
So it's weekly. So,
Yeah,
every week.
Yeah, Cauldron.
It's
so the
permanent
votes
now. It's one of
happen.
the show features. Yeah.
Oh, all right,
so,
sweet.
yeah,
I didn't
so-
realize. I thought it was more appointment, but it's every single time going forward.
Well, for this
season.
For the
season, yeah.
Which
Nice.
has got 10.
We usually wrap up around Unplugged. So.
Depends when you're all dead. So.
Yeah,
Depends when you're all dead.
yeah,
When you start to have to plan for PAX Unplugged.
pretty
there
much.
you
Once
go.
all the taxes start.
Conveniently timed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a summer show.
Right, exactly. It's easy. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm very excited about all this. I like that the
What a
facts.
cool idea.
It is a cool idea.
Always thinking.
yeah.
You're always thinking.
I was thinking. So now I know there are a lot of Idle Champions players watching.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
So if you want to plead for that
Oh,
vote
yeah.
to be
Oh,
higher,
God.
you know, I'm neutral. I think my personal votes have been going negative because I was like, okay, we did a positive. I want to see the other side now. So that's been my personal play.
Tip it
the
the
So
other way.
you know,
I can
speak
roll
on
with
behalf
whatever.
of that. Oh, you're
I dare you. I dare you to try to go in.
You know what? I'm going to vote now.
This is a quote from Jerry Holkins. Daring.
Yeah, Jerry said it. You don't have the guts. You don't have the guts to vote negative. Dash Jerry Holkins.
I love all this. Thank you so much, guys. We're excited and watch Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team at 3 p.m.
4 Pacific every Wednesday.
4 Pacific every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And play Idle Champions.
Vote daily.
On
Yeah.
everything.
Vote
Vote
daily.
daily.
That's
Make it
right.
happen. All right, cool. We'll be back with our next guest very soon. Thank
Great.
you, guys.
Thank you.
I didn't think it would show up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Talk.
Oh, the coffee's kicking in.
The coffee's kicking in.
Greg
I'm finally
is
getting excited.
perking up.
Welcome. I'm Greg. This is Shelley.
Yep.
And we have Stephen David Ward.
Hey.
Good morning, good morning.
From Ludia, who's making a fantastic game. It's imminently launching.
Imminent launching worldwide, currently in soft launch in Canada on Android and iOS. It is Warriors of Waterdeep. I don't know if you can see the big dragon face on the
big
tablet.
dragon
I
face.
swiped one of the tablets from our demo area in the marketplace, where we're inviting people to test their affinity for joy in this hellish place and their memories of heroism by going through and punching a gelatinous cube.
I want
Maybe
to do
fighting
it.
an iron golem. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Well, come on. We'll
I
come on
will.
over.
I'm
We'll
gonna
do it.
come
Yes,
over.
go do it because they're
Punch a
I want to actually just
jiggly.
fight a cube for reals.
Like they have those places now where you can just like go in and like break a bunch of plates, like anger release rooms. Like this is actually a
Well, you
thing.
know what? This takes
you
up a
should
little
have
bit-
like a punch a cube room.
This, you know what? You get all of that adrenaline rush and, of course, a little bit of blood-curdling terror in that on your morning bus ride. 'Cause
Maybe
you're
a
there
little,
going,
maybe a little goo.
Nice. Yeah, that's the idea. Is try to do it when you're like small, bite-sized.
Exactly. So
pieces
this
of-
is so it's a mobile game, right? So like a 3-minute game session, something like that, to play during the commute, commercial break, while the DM's looking up some particularly obscure rules.
meeting.
So you just
Yep.
go through, and it's a tactical.
I'll just call it work.
Sorry, I didn't pick that up until
It's work. It's work, Nathan.
it's work.
So yeah, it's always work. It's always work. I'll never convince my
Research.
mother I have a real job ever.
Oh,
Ever.
yeah.
Ever. No,
Not
it's
at all. Well,
impossible.
you do have elf ears on.
Do I? You know what? I woke
got
up like
them from
this.
his
This is
mama.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
So, Mom's first Twitch experience will be her last. No. So how the gameplay works
Yes.
is you've got a team of 4 heroes out of a roster of 8 that you've unlocked, sort of over the course of play. You've geared them up with the magic items that give them their abilities. So your cleric can be exactly as combat oriented or as healing oriented as you want. Send them into the dungeons, and you have a tactical dungeon clearing experience where you pick your move or attack action or your spell, manage your resources, and try to clear each room of whatever happens to be in there. Lots of cubes. I'm a big fan of playing in the areas with cubes, but there's the occasional Odiug, Minotaur, even many zombies, which have the annoying habit of reviving when you
Right.
kill them, so they
Yeah.
never stay down.
Nice.
I don't have a good
Well,
history
not nice,
of
but yeah, it's
Minotaurs.
fine.
Not a fan. Okay, so am I playing solo, or do I have a party? Or
Well, so you are controlling a party of 4.
Okay.
So you've got 4 heroes, and then
I get all 4 of those.
You get all 4 of them, and you
Oh.
control them. And the initiative is random across the
Multitask.
table. So you might have all your heroes taking their turn, followed by the waves of enemies coming after you, or it might be a little bit back and forthy. It's all random, and sometimes the dice go your way, and sometimes they don't. But
Just like D&D.
yeah, just like D&D. But
like
at least they don't
D&D.
fall off the table. These tablets are expensive.
Okay, and so the response here has been
It's been extraordinary, really. People's eyes really light up the first time that they see you. You throw a big swing of the sword and push monsters back towards the end of the dungeon. Also, they really get a kick out of dungeon crawling involves choosing which door looks safer or which door looks like it's hiding more wealth. So we have like a little hint system and a little read aloud system and even a secret door system to really tempt you into a risk reward situation.
Really? That's
cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this door is labeled for Thomas, say our halfling fighter. Good thing he's in the party, so we'll go and see what's in there. And then everything's a little bit bigger, but the rewards are a little bit richer and a little bit more instant.
right.
So that's a lot of fun to showcase to the people.
What kind of characters are there?
So right now we've got 8 characters. We've got fighters, cleric. We've got a fighter, a cleric, a wizard, a rogue. The classic starting. And then we've got characters that sort of already come from the books and the properties. We've got Calliope, the half elf bard from Force Grey.
Nice.
We've got
Oh, cool.
Sarvin, the dragonborn ranger from our Storm King's Thunder and Frost Giant's Fury, the comic books. It was really cool to go show them to Jim Zub. He's like, look, this from this
Yes.
page, from these frames to this animation sequence when he does this critical hit. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Rika the Barbarian and Faraday the Tiefling Warlock. So there's some
awesome.
familiar faces in the
Yeah.
game and some new faces to discover. The first 4 characters, we worked together, Ludia and Wizards, and so we've got Halbinet, who was on this cool sticker that we're giving out at the kiosk.
Oh, very nice. Love stickers.
Those stickers, we'll have stickers. Well, we have stickers
Hello,
for both of
stickers.
you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's take a-
This is not a hero. This
Thank
is
you.
a Eulithrid. It's one of the bosses in the game.
awesome.
that you end up fighting. And of course, you may have seen these on people's
Oh, yeah.
bags from time to time, but if you don't have yours, this is
I
our
don't.
Gathical the Dragon. So here, have a
Thank
pin.
you.
You've joined a
Very
club of people
cool.
who have survived that dragon attack.
Yes, this
massive
has been,
Now
people
and this
will
has been
think
like
I
the
did.
icon for the
Yeah.
thing on the in the.
Oh, that's right. That's
on
the,
the iOS, right?
That's the app icon. So you get used to seeing this seeing this
Yeah,
face
it's
always on your
awesome.
phone, hopefully.
Looking at you very angrily about to.
But just
Breathe fire.
menacingly, but also bring it,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
you'll bring it, and you'll leave with some treasure.
There'll be so many bringings back and forth.
Oh,
It will
been
be
bro-
Broughton. It'll be
It'll be
so-
brought in. But there are also some NPCs from Waterdeep that make an appearance too, right?
Well, that's right, because you start out, as all great adventures do, at the Yawning Portal. You start off with Durnan,
Nice.
offering to trade your gear and sell you gear from the people that didn't make it the last time. There's always
Oh.
these regular chests for you to
Who don't
collect.
make it down
He
into
has a
Under
dry-
Mountain,
He's
yeah.
got a dry sense of humor, that Durnan. I like him.
He's very opportunistic.
Very.
You gotta admire that.
Mert is also there bearing messages and the odd healing potion for when you need it. If inadvertently there's a TPK or something that knocks you out, and you really wanted to finish that last boss fight in the story so you could unlock the next chapter or unlock the next world, because we've
Right.
got 5 worlds in this game for you to explore with multiple chapters and about 100 monsters.
Oh.
Different types of monsters for you to fight. And finally, the one who rules over it all is Laurel Silverhand. She pops up in and does the read aloud narration.
nice.
Open
introduces
Lord
the
of
game.
Waterdeep herself.
Yeah, exactly. Going, I can't do this. I've got things, but go. I see there's trouble, and I would really like you to
Yes.
go solve this for me. And disappointing me might be bad. So let's go forward and see how this
Yeah.
goes.
Awesome. So Canadian fans can check this out right now.
Right now, it's really fun. We get that live feedback from them there, and then popping up on all the social medias and whatever. Everybody's eagerly awaiting when it comes out. World.
Yeah.
So, like we said, imminent. Next couple of weeks.
Oh, really? That
Have a date?
boss is
impressive.
watching.
You don't want to say a real date?
Well, you never know with these things.
Soon.
Soon.
We have to say
TM.
Coming soon.
TM, but I mean, we're here. The game is here. We're
And
inviting
it looks amazing.
Thank
so.
You can
It's the
descend
It looks done
into
to me.
Waterdeep.
Just come on.
Excellent.
Release it.
Thank you so much
Ship
for
it.
being here, Stephen.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
showing us, and all of the fans that are here at D&D Live, what's going on with Warriors of Waterdeep.
Thank you for having me. I want to encourage everybody to, if they haven't already, pre-register. Go to warriorsofwaterdeep.com.
Do it.
Get your name in there. Laurel Silverhand has a special starting pack for you if you're on that pre-registration list. So let's do that.
Ooh.
And
good
if
for
you're
Laurel.
here, visit us at the booth.
I'm doing
Awesome.
it right
We'll
after
check it
this.
out. Thank you so
Punch
much.
a cube.
Punch a cube. I'll be the cube. You can just punch me. Punch me. Thank you guys. We'll be back with our next guest very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, it looks so good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Talk. I'm Greg, and I have Shelly here.
And we have Adam from D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. I guess there actually is a song that
Let's
you have
just
to sing.
go through the song. You
D&D
ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
You got the perfect warlock. No, let's not do it. Let's
I'm
not do
like,
it.
did you see my face? I'm like, wait, there's a song?
Oh, it's actually
How do
gonna
you still
happen.
have a voice after
I
all
don't know.
these days?
I don't know.
All the karaoke that has happened,
I know.
both planned and unplanned.
Yeah, the karaoke went pretty well though.
It went really
You
well.
know, all these like performers
I
in
know.
one
How
place.
could it
You know,
not?
so it was really
That was a
something.
battle, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was a surprise seeing some people just belt out. You know, Simple Man. You know, and it was just like, whoa, why are you not signed on a label somewhere? You know, so yeah,
Maybe,
was
maybe
Hollywood.
they will.
It was
now.
good,
You
yeah.
never
Maybe
know
someone
who's
saw
in the
them. There's
audience.
scouts. There's talent scouts in the audience ready
And
to sign
Christina
them.
walked
know.
away with the crown of
Yeah,
madness.
and was like totally rocking it the next day.
Yeah, yeah,
She
it was
looked
really good.
She looked great.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the D&D Beyond kickoff party that has been, you guys have
Yeah.
been doing that for the last 2 events.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
Stream of Annihilation
This is
and
the
the Stream of
third,
Many
right?
Eyes. Yeah, so this is the 3rd event.
Wow, yeah,
You
it's like
like
a
your
tradition
hardest.
now, right?
Exactly.
You do something more than once, it's a tradition. Is
Yeah.
that the way it works?
Yeah, that's why it works.
Or a habit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it's that too.
Which is awesome. It gets everybody together before we do these big events.
Yeah,
Lets
it's a
them
lot
kind
of
of blow
fun.
off some
Yeah.
steam and get ready and psyched
Everyone
to
gets
be,
to
be
see each
together.
other.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that. That has
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
been something that
Yeah,
I've enjoyed about.
It's always wonderful to see everyone, and like I said, this year we added the karaoke element, and so that was that seems like it was a big hit.
Will that
so
become a tradition?
It
now?
probably will.
gotta do it twice.
We got to do
Yeah.
it one more time.
All
Yeah.
right. On the
All right.
road to tradition.
So you guys have been streaming from your own like kind of mini
Yeah.
studio here all weekend long so far. How's that been going?
Yeah, it's been going great. I think there's just so much content coming out of this weekend.
Yes.
From really, really great creators, and it's been outstanding to see. And just I love this area behind us here. This is incredible. You know, it's like hopefully people have been able to see these infernal war machines back here. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
that's incredible.
it's an incredible setting. You guys have done an outstanding job putting this together, Greg. I know you've had a big part of that, so thank you.
Yeah, like the whole part.
There was a lot of team
Yeah.
members. It wasn't just me. We had amazing folks doing a lot of amazing work.
Yeah.
So-
You're ringleading though, so you've done good. You've
Yes.
done good.
Thank you. It's been fun, and yeah, I mean, I just been loving the, like with last year and the year before, where there's just this upswell of just love for not just Dungeons and Dragons and the game, but the whole community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and D&D Beyond has been a big part of leading that community as well.
Yeah, it's just so rewarding to see how this game that again so many of us have loved for varying lengths of time. I mean, people have been picking it up just this year. People have been playing for 40 years or whatever. And everyone just loves it. And when you come together, I think it's because it's a game that requires face-to-face. Like, and even if you're remote, like virtual, you're still like typically seeing each other's face.
Right.
And it's that social contract that comes into play there. I think it just makes the D&D community kinder. So it's really great to get with the community and to see that kindness and to see just the passion really on display.
Very cool.
I agree. Summer camp.
Summer camp, yeah, that's it.
It is. It's nice to see everybody, getting to meet each other face to face and the genuine enthusiasm for the work that everyone else is doing. So it's great.
It's outstanding.
So what's happening with D&D Beyond? You got
Wow.
something new to share with us?
Yeah. So we've been working really hard. The team's been growing quite a bit. We've gone from about 5 developers, kind of in our first year, to pretty quickly getting up to 20 plus developers at this
Oh.
point in time. Yeah.
Whoa.
So we've been kind of ramping up, spinning up, and so that process takes a little bit of time. But we released a pretty big feature yesterday with our encounter builder. So it is in alpha testing at this point. So if you're a subscriber, you can go in and use the encounter builder now. And the idea is we're trying to get this out as early as we can, where subscribers can go in and provide feedback for us, where we can make sure that we're building the right thing. So it's very similar to the approach that D&D Next took with what became 5th edition, to make sure we expose things really, really early and let people provide that feedback and get in there and use it where we're targeting the right things.
And release it when it's ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is important.
And again, it's the feedback is what makes all of that work. And so with the feedback with this, there are, I think, let's see, 4 different ways that we're asking people to provide feedback. Of course, we have our forums where feedback constantly comes in already. So we want people to continue to do that. We've got a Discord server now, which
cool.
thousands and thousands of people are starting to come together and discuss Dungeons and Dragons. And so we've got a feedback area there that we'd love to see the feedback. And even in the builder itself, we've started using some interesting tools where you can hit this little feedback kind of tag in the bottom of the screen, and it allows you to even draw on the screen if you need to. So it's like, hey, this part right here went wrong.
That's
We want
cool.
you to know about it. And so you can lasso that with a little rectangle, or you can draw smiley faces, or you can say hello, Adam, or whatever you want to do. Maybe
Hello,
don't
Adam.
do that. That might waste our time a little bit. But
Like, hello, Adam. This is a problem. Fix this.
but yeah, it's like, really trying to parse that feedback and figure out again what we need to be making. And the community's been such the most vital part of D&D Beyond so far. And this approach that we're taking with the Encounter Builder is exciting because it's letting the community get their hands on this even earlier to help shape that.
Yeah, which is, you're building the tool for them, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that they would be part of the development. And it's
Awesome.
something that they've wanted for a long time, so yeah.
Absolutely. And then one other thing, we announced that the biggest Discord bot for Dungeons and Dragons in the world, we've acquired that as of just a couple of days ago.
Whoa.
So it's
Breaking
called Avrai, and Avrai is something that people use. Just thousands and thousands of people today are using Discord to play D&D. So, if they can't be face-to-face, or sometimes even if they are face-to-face, they'll roll using Discord, they'll look up things using Discord. And so we're going to be taking Avrai and pulling that into the D&D Beyond platform. And allowing people, if you are buying books on DDB, you're going to get all that content unlocked through the bot and all of that.
That is
Wow.
so cool.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
imagine
really
that
big
would
news.
take a while for all of that to be integrated.
Well, the integration's actually, that's the good news, is the integration's not going to take too terribly long. And that's one reason that we wanted to go and acquire, someone out in the community that was doing something really, really good.
Yeah.
And so the developer, Andrew Zhu, is going to be joining the D&D Beyond team to help with that integration.
Cool.
And it really is going to just save us a lot of time, because developing it ourselves was going to take months and months, and so this helps us get down the road a lot quicker, and also celebrates the work that Andrew's been putting in for the last couple of years on it.
Go, Andrew.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very excited.
Awesome.
Cool. Always something good happening with you guys. so.
That's what we're trying to do, yeah.
I love the mixture of, because you guys are, not replacing tabletop, but it's the mixture of using technology for the good of tabletop.
That's
You and
it.
I were on that BBC interview
Yeah,
recently,
yeah.
and I think that was a really great point that you brought up.
Yeah, it's D&D is about that human imagination and that human interaction. And if we start jeopardizing that or impacting that negatively in any way, then we're failing at what we're trying to do. So we really are just trying to enhance and supplement, and we're gonna get down the road as quickly as we can, and try to make the things that the community needs.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys do great work.
Yeah.
We forgot to applaud everyone.
Yay!
We're applauding you. Well done
Applaud you.
for
Yes.
everything D&D Beyond.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys. We're going to be back with our next interview very soon. Hello and welcome back to Dragon Talk from D&D Live 2019, The Descent. We are here with Ben Looms
Yay!
from Syrinscape. How are you, sir?
Very well.
I just said before we were getting set up that you have been working way harder than everyone else
The
here.
hardest working
I'm not
person
sure
at the show.
I'm not sure that's true. I have been very, very busy, which has been amazing. I feel energized and almost completely exhausted, but not quite yet.
You've been
Kind of
doing all
balancing.
of the improvised music and background and sound effects for the main stage games as well as during the D&D Epics.
Epics, yeah. It's
Just
been super fun.
Oh my God, the game yesterday.
Oh, those streams last night and the night before were just
So
so
fun.
amazing, so super exciting and so fun.
I could just spend 10 minutes just talking about how amazing it was. But before we do that, maybe we should talk about what Syrinscape is.
People might not have heard. I was using.
Paparazzi.
That's right. People will have heard that Ben Looms was doing the sound, and he's from Syrinscape. But I hope people realize I was actually just using Syrinscape to make all those sounds, because Syrinscape is the app that I made for myself, which just does sound and music and effects.
Just sound and
Sorry,
music.
not just.
It's amazing.
It turns on the movie soundtrack for your tabletop games, and the main point of Syrinscape is designed for dungeon masters to be able to improvise with, as I have been for hours and hours and hours of the show.
Which you proved.
That's right, and so the whole point is that we're here to role play, we're here to interact and to have a social game. And as a dungeon master, I was finding that I was sort of trying to run this sound and that sound and things like that. But with Syrinscape, you just click the button and it goes. Plus, you can actually sort of sculpt the narrative.
Yes.
And those were the moments that I really, really, really loved in the games, especially last night.
Oh my God.
Being able to sort of dip that mood right down and then sort of lift it up.
It's so amazing. And I know, like, this is the goal of having a score or a soundtrack, is that you feel it.
Oh, absolutely.
You're immersed in it, but you don't. It's not like
it's subliminal.
it's subliminal.
Absolutely.
Like I just felt like I was pulled immediately
That's right.
in.
So one of the moments I really loved was that little scene between the two cute little people who were being really nice to each other
Oh,
in
yeah.
hell. And I have this lovely happy theme from the Waterdeep Dragon Heist soundtrack. And you just put it on, it's just in the background, and suddenly everything's sparkly. And it's just which really sort of highlighted the complete aghastment of the rest of the players at the table. It was like, why are these people being so nice to this imp? It's like, yeah. and then one of the other moments I loved was the heartbeat, because that's what I really found with these dungeon masters is they talk so much about sound. Like it was quite easy to sit there. You know, the dungeon master would say, there's silence, so it's push the stop button and there's absolute silence, and that has a really dramatic effect too.
Yes.
It does when you pull it all out.
Yeah.
And all you can hear is the blood pumping in your head, and we have a heartbeat in Syrinscape, so it's quickly typed in heartbeat, and it would scroll and just click and start the heartbeat, and then now all the only sound is kind of this boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And then they'd mention something like there's sort of an uneasy feeling, and we have these fantastic sort of ghostly wails, which are actually been recorded by my son Eldon on the cello.
Oh, that's cool.
And I sort of just ghostly, type in ghostly wail, and there it is. It brings up the sound set, and there's the element. Just turn that on softly, and then as you say, subliminally, there's this kind of like just in the room.
Yeah.
It's like.
I loved because in Chris Perkins' game last night there was the dust storm, so I just loved you could just. And it felt like we were down in the crevasse, in the storm.
Crevasse.
That's right.
And the
That's right. Yeah,
windstorm.
absolutely.
This is amazing.
There's all those sort of involuntary reactions that we have, just things like a dangerous wind sound with sort of deep, it makes you, your body actually evolutionarily reacts to the concept that you could have the flesh.
Right, you feel
drip
like
from
you're
your
on a
bones.
cliff and you're
That's
about to
right,
fall off, right? Yeah.
And those creaking sounds and obviously
And
deep rumbles in the distance make us really feel on edge without, any sort of, without having to do anything deliberate. It just happens involuntarily.
Yeah,
which
and
is
it's
super
nice,
cool.
like the street sounds. I always like just having or the tavern sounds.
Yeah, well, it's better than the buzzing fridge. That's what I always used to say. I like to think of it. Yeah, it's like, what soundtrack do we want to our epic role playing? Is the buzzing fridge and the people arguing upstairs, or
But you don't know what is going to happen in the game. Like, you're not DMing these games. You're DMing the sounds.
That's right. Yeah, and like
So you have
any
to just-
game, and even the DMs don't know what's going to happen
No,
in the games.
it's not like you could script it. It's
That's
just
right.
like
So, and that's exactly why I made Syrinscape, because if you're trying to use like a YouTube videos or sort of your Spotify playlist or something, it's really, really hard to react or to crossfade from one mood to another or to layer different elements together.
Yeah.
And Syrinscape makes that really, really super easy. And
And
I
there's-
really felt that like over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and you
just-
become the orchestrator. You're like, you almost feel like, oh, you're using a laptop, but like there is the touch button
Yeah, that's
type
right.
aspect to it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can use it on your tablet
iPads
as
and
well.
stuff, that's right.
And as a dungeon master using it in my home game, I don't necessarily have the familiarity or the
Yeah,
skill with it
that's
that
right.
you do since you made it, but it's very easy just to drop it in and be like, oh, we're in a sewer right now, so let's get the Syrinscape kind of
right.
going, and there's
There's a
a
sound
few
for
sound effects that
Yeah,
you can
that's
do.
right. And one thing we've really been working on recently is to improve those search functions and to make them even stronger. Because
Yeah.
I realized that I know where all the sounds are all over the place, and lots of players do. But if you have less time,
Right.
then you really want to be able to search and have really intelligent results. And in our online player, which is the tool we've built especially for people to play remotely, we actually have a search algorithm that's really much stronger than the one that's in the
Oh, cool.
standalone players. So the next thing we're doing, and I'm super excited, is to bring that into the standalone players.
Nice.
So that when you type, for instance, goblin, the first thing that comes up are sound sets that have the word goblin in them. So it's not like there might be a goblin bite weapon in some one sample somewhere deep down in the sound set. You're probably not looking for that sound if you're typing in goblin.
Right.
And then the next returns that come up are actual moods that have the word goblin in them, sort of goblin attack. And then it sort of hierarchically sort of returns more and more useful, less and less useful results.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
All
and-
right, so then you have the Waterdeep Dragon Heist sound set that came out last year,
Yeah.
but now what is coming up next?
Yeah, super. So that was really our big test to see with the D&D audience. I've been doing this for years, but it's been so beautifully adopted by the D&D audience, and the feedback was fantastic, and
Yeah.
people love it. So we have a lot of stuff coming out. We've actually put on a lot of extra capacity for building content, which is super cool. So we've got Ghosts of Saltmarsh. There'll be the first adventure in that coming out very soon as a teaser to as we then roll out the rest of the adventures.
That's awesome.
And Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We've got all the first 6 chapters ready to release and up for approval very soon. Now, actually, what does that mean? People might not know what that means.
I was just gonna say, like,
yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't think people, or they
No.
might not know, like how
So we've just
specific
talked.
this content is.
We've just talked about improvising and being able to search through. Well, the point of these packs actually prepared for actual specific adventures is you literally just hit scene 1,
And it's
sort of
already,
scene 2.
you've already customized
Yeah,
the sound
yeah,
to
which
go
is-
along with each
absolutely.
of those scenes.
Yeah.
So
And you've done it so well for Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where each location that's mentioned in even if it's like the first few chapters of that
Yeah.
adventure. So the old Zoblob shop was the one. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't believe you actually had that. It's like it's like a
yeah.
2-paragraph description in the book itself, but it's got its own soundscape and it feels exactly like I would have wanted that to feel like
thank
when you
you.
press that button.
Yeah, the D&D team
That's
has been
amazing.
super engaged in really crafting these and making sure that my imagination matches their imagination, including putting their own voices in, including you, Greg, who did the spoiler, the large, dreadful creature at the end of Dragon Heist.
It's true,
Which
exactly.
is spectacular.
With some
So-
transformation effects in there that work out really well.
Fantastic.
I'm in there.
Shelly's in there too.
Shelley's in
I
there,
was crying
absolutely. Yes,
and
yes,
laughing.
yes.
A crying woman.
I was the wailing woman.
So in fact, you would have been in the games last night and the night before because there was lots of wailing.
I was in there?
Yeah, mixed in there.
Did you hear yourself wail?
No, because that's the other thing that you're amazing at is like you can take like any sound and then you can distort it
Yeah.
into like
Oh, absolutely.
something completely different.
Yeah. So download the app. This is the thing I'm most proud of.
Yes.
You can go to Syrinscape.com/download. Just download it for free. You don't even have to register or anything. And play back the red dragon battle sounds. And and listen to this lovely little light sort of voice. And then listen to the red dragon roars. And that's my voice. And I'm super proud because it's super manly.
Speaking of your voice,
Yeah.
you'll be doing some singing
Yes.
later on tonight.
Yeah.
Your
Yes.
background is
Yeah,
as a
opera singer.
professional opera
Absolutely,
singer.
opera singer and composer. So
Nice. I can't wait for
super-
everyone. You'll be wearing this
super
costume, I
excited.
assume.
Yes, I will. And we've rewritten the words of a very famous song to be specific to the Dungeons and Dragons world, and it's just so amazing.
I can't wait.
Adam
Oh,
has done a
I
super
It's
can't
going to
job.
be
wait to
so
watch
good.
that.
That is tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Basically, we'll be starting as close to 5 p.m. Pacific time here on all of our channels, but watch it on twitch.tv/DND, and you'll get to see the lovely pipes. You'll
Yes,
hear the lovely
hear the lovely
pipes,
pipes,
of,
that's right.
of
And see.
Ben saying it up.
Yes.
Yeah, and see.
That's right.
Awesome. Can't wait for all that. Download Syrinscape right now.
Yeah.
We'll be back with our next guest very soon. Thank you, Ben.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Lovely.
Ben. Yay.
Excellent. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Talk. We have Zach from For Fans by Fans here.
Yay! Applause, applause.
Yay!
Thank you
You've
for
been,
having me.
Here selling all of the amazing merch.
All of your wares.
Here at D&D Live 2019.
We're selling tons of stuff here at D&D Live, and I've brought some of the things that we have here at the event, and I can also talk about a few other things that are in the works that we don't actually have here, but it's coming.
Okay.
Nice.
Not to here, but to our website.
And
To the world.
To the website.
To the world.
Is any of this stuff ever going to be, well,
So
this
everything
gonna
that
be
I
on the website?
have here with me, which
Okay.
is the Dragon Horde dice bag,
I mean,
Beholder bottle opener.
look at the wings.
Yes,
Oh
the
my
wings
gosh.
are the strings. So
Wow.
you've got string
Very
wings.
Home Shopping Network.
String wings,
I love it.
hand
This
model.
is so cute.
And it holds
It holds a lot.
plenty of dice here.
Your dice are gorgeous
So
too.
I'm just gonna move this
That is like a
right
real.
there.
I like it.
That's
I
like
like
a
it.
real dragon horde.
Oh, just leave it. Let's leave it on the flat. That'll be fine.
Flat's fine. Yeah.
Look at all
We'll
the
just do
dice.
that. Yes,
Really?
those are all actually my dice.
They're beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry. I just.
No, it's totally fine.
We're touching all of your dice. Oh, God. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have conjunctivitis. It's all in your dice.
Oh no! It's on me now too.
get it
No,
so
they're all terrible.
Well, this
But
is
yes, so this is our Dragon Horde dice bag. He's so cute.
He
So
really
cute.
is.
So we have this. It's also on the website.
Nice.
We've got our Beholder bottle opener.
Love
and it's
that.
got a nice magnet there on the back.
Oh, good.
So
And it's just awesome.
yeah, no, it's great.
Look at that.
It works. We've tested it over and over again. It's tried and true.
Oh, that's good. I wouldn't mind being part of those play tests.
right?
Those are play tests, right? Like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's-
we,
it's
we
open, we
test
gotta
opening
drink it now.
usually Coke bottles, I think. But
Oh, yeah.
no, it's
Oh.
great. We've got a couple of pens. Our Mimic pen, which is brand new. It is available in the D&D Live 2019 swag bag.
Sweet.
Oh, this is
But we are
cool.
also selling it, and we've got it here to sell at the event too. If you need
Nice.
more than one,
You always need
Yes.
more than
Totally
one.
possible.
You
You
totally
do,
always
because
need
you
more than
should
one.
bring one home for your friend or your dungeon master.
Yep.
At least
now
three.
Or your wife.
Now the cool thing about this guy is that all of the green here glows in the dark. Yeah. So
That's
let
like
it sit in
totally
the light.
80s.
Let it sit in the light for a little while, and then this one hasn't been sitting in the light.
We got to get these
it's
At
lamps
the
been
end
going.
of
below.
this
Nice.
interview. That is-
But yes, let it sit in the light for a few hours, and then
all right.
All
take
the
it into
set.
dark space, and you're all set.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's the perfect moment for a 7 minutes in heaven type thing situation. Look at my mimic pin.
Check out my Mimic pen.
Bam! Like a real mimic.
Like a real mimic.
Now this guy is the last minute edition. We didn't think that
Oh.
we would have it for the show. Our Mega Ampersand pen.
Mega.
like it.
It's mega.
ampersand.
It's like 2.5 inches.
It's huge.
It's fantastic.
It's got some heft to it.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile.
Yeah, it's got some heft to it. So we do have a couple of pen points on the back, so you don't have to worry about it
Okay,
flying
good.
all over the place.
Nice.
Oh, nice,
That is
okay.
very cool.
Yeah.
And then
Great idea.
The
this
big
is
thing,
so awesome.
Yes, the big thing at the event is our event exclusive play mat.
Whoa.
Hold that up a
yes,
little bit
hold
there.
that beauty up.
Uh,
Love it.
It is art for the Descent,
Yep.
and it's only here for this weekend, and
God,
then it's gone.
amazing. Really?
Yeah, then that's it. The
It's
rest
got
of
the stitching on the end
I
of
know,
it
this is
too. That
really
looks like super
beautiful.
profesh. This artwork is the cover of Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus, painted by Tyler Jacobson, an amazing artist who's actually here right now, and you'll get that only here.
Yep,
Right?
only here. That's it. The
This
rest
is
of this
incredible.
available on the website, including our backpacks.
Yeah, the backpack is awesome.
And the hat, also available on the website. But this is only here.
I heard you guys sold out of these
We did.
in like a minute.
They had these?
They have these.
No way.
We sold out more yesterday morning.
What
That's
is the
it.
deal with the mugs?
Everybody just loves the
People love
mugs.
the
You
mugs.
know what?
Well,
It's 'cause of
everyone
us.
also
It's 'cause of us. They're stupid mugs.
everyone also thinks that the size of the mugs is just hilarious. Someone was telling me, yeah, you can
Totally
hold like a
normal.
pot of coffee in there. Someone was telling me you can hold about a half a bottle of wine in it. So I've heard all. I've heard all kinds of stories
It's
of
true.
people using the mug. But
And they
yeah,
do 1d8 damage, we've determined, if you are able to use it as an improvised weapon.
only 1d8?
Only 1d8, yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's 1d6 for an improvised weapon, so they already get like an extra
Good.
boost.
But if you drink coffee, you get skill proficiency with it. So
Bam.
a
Yeah,
little bit
I feel like
extra
that would
damage.
add a little extra.
That makes a lot of sense.
So what's been the hot seller here? Is it this? Like what's everyone?
So
well, the mugs,
I
obviously.
mean, the big sellers that we've had going on is definitely the Beholder bottle opener
No,
here.
that's really awesome.
People have been after that. We partnered with Ultra Pro again this year. So last year for Stream of Many Eyes, we were working with Ultra Pro. They sent us some stuff to vend at the event. And they reached out to us last week and were like, hey, we know it's last minute, but can we send you some stuff? So we have a small selection of their dice.
Oh, cool.
And we have a few of their gamer pouches there. And those have been moving very well as well. This guy, people are loving.
I know. You still have these, right? 'Cause
We do still have these, yes.
I'm getting one.
Everything that I have here, we still have.
Okay. Okay.
We are starting to run down on the event playmat, but we do still have them for now.
Okay.
People have been really digging the backpacks.
Yeah, the backpacks are awesome.
So the backpacks are something that we usually take to different conventions and shows and whatnot, but here, like, you need something to carry around your books.
Yeah.
And if you're a DM, I know I've got like a big binder of all of my DM stuff in it.
Yep.
So this is great for fitting like a laptop and some other stuff too. And the cool thing is that the flaps actually have a zipper here.
Oh.
So we sell the flap separately, and we have several different types.
Oh, this flap.
This flap,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you can change it out.
So you can take the flap off and put a different flap on. So
That
we
is
have,
amazing.
Yeah, we have 4 different styles of the backpack flap with us. And
Oh my God.
The ampersand has been really popular, but
Yeah,
we've had a few people buy, the backpack and then 2 flaps so they can
Yes.
switch them out.
That is such a good idea. I love that.
Yeah,
And I
no.
like not all backpacks come with the water bottle holder.
Yes,
I
no,
mean,
I was so happy that they
need
added
that.
that in, and then they've got the little hooks here if you want to add a
Your backpack
carabiner or
hanger.
something like that. Yeah, it's great.
and you can get the matching.
You can
ampersand
add pins
pin
on here.
to match your backpack
We actually work not just D&D, but we work with a license called Pugly, which is this cute little cartoon pug. And one of our bags is like the capsule machines. So what several people have done is they've taken pins and put them in the little capsules that's on the art.
flap. Cute,
So, but yeah, no, it's great for putting pins on. The ampersand goes very well
It does.
in that, very meta.
I mean, you should just buy a backpack and then fill it with all the other good stuff from your booth.
Yes. Now, so the other thing that I wanted to mention is we have some new pint glasses coming out.
Pint glasses.
Oh, I heard people talking about them.
And the art on these pint glasses, it's going to be colored, and the art for each one is going to be based on the core D&D rulebook art. So like one of them will have the Beholder, one of them will have
wow.
I think it's the Dwarf, and the other one will have the Lich, representing each of the books. And I think that
that's
they're
awesome.
Beholder's Charm Lager, Lich's Blight Dark Ale, and the Dwarven Berserker Red Ale
Makes
is what they'll say
sense.
on there. But the art is from the core books, so
That is
that's
awesome.
going to be really cool.
When are those coming?
Those are coming, I believe, in the next month.
Okay.
We
Just
just
in
weren't
time
able.
for your summer.
Exactly,
outing.
just in time for your summer. Get a cold glass of ice water, or if you're from the south, a cold glass of sweet tea.
Wait, Adam would approve of that.
Or,
nice cold glass of water.
Right.
That's
Hey,
the only thing you drink.
You
out
gotta
of pint
hydrate.
glass.
You gotta hydrate.
You gotta
man.
stay hydrated,
Hydrate.
especially
But yes,
at D&D Live.
obviously, beers of choice. Some people have used wine. Lots of wine drinkers.
It happens. It
judgment.
happens. I
No
love it.
judgment.
All right.
Well,
Well,
lots
thank
of
you
wine
so much.
drinkers.
This is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, no. I'm glad that. Thank you guys for having us, and I'm
Yes.
glad that I had some
Glad you're here.
stuff to bring and show.
We might need some wine bottle toppers. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I will. I'll
you got a lot
mention
of
it to
wine
production.
drinkers. Okay.
Wine bottle toppers.
I would love a little beholder wine topper.
Where should
That
Or
might
a
be the
mind
next
flayer
thing.
with the tentacles that come down the
Oh,
bottom.
that is a great
that'd be
idea.
really cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think you're onto something.
I think
Yeah.
I am too.
I know so many people love to submit ideas and things like that. So where can they do that? Where can they do that at For
So
Fans by
you
Fans?
can go onto our website, which is forfansbyfans.com, and that's us. you can go down and just hit support and email us for questions and inquiries, and that will get you, if that is not the right email address, they will get you over to the place that you need to be.
Okay. So if people want to write in and say, I want my Mind Flayer wine bottle topper,
Yep.
go there.
That's the place to go.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is
Everything
so great.
is so cool. I love
want it
all your stuff.
Thank you,
And I'm
thank
sure
you.
the people watching at home want it all now. We're very home shopping network right now. And
Oh,
call now.
caller.
Operators are standing. Obviators
We've
are
sold
standing by.
299. We're up to
299.
300 playmats.
We're gonna do half price on everything. Is that all right?
No. Don't make any deals for me. Don't make any deals for me.
Awesome. Well,
We
thank you
have
so
no
much,
authority.
Zach. I'm excited. I'm glad you're here. Second year in a row, making all the things happen.
Almost a
It's
tradition
awesome,
now.
man. Hoping for year 3. Fingers
Year
crossed.
3.
Yep.
We're gonna do it on the moon. You heard it here first.
I'm ready. SpaceX, hook us up.
All right. Thanks. We'll be back with our
Thank
next
you.
interview with Dungeon Masters Guild very soon. Bye.
Woo!
It's really beautiful.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dragon Talk. I am Greg.
I
are
am
you?
Shelley.
And we have Lisa and Matt from Dungeon Masters Guild. Yay!
Yay!
To you guys. Well done.
Looky.
Yeah.
What have you got here?
We are here. If folks don't know what Dungeon Masters Guild is, if you're looking for adventures, rules supplements, player options, monsters, Dungeon Masters Guild is like the marketplace to go to for 5e stuff from the community, but also classics. Like we've got like a Ravenloft Van Richten's guide here.
A little bit of everything. And if you are a content creator,
Yeah, if you're a content creator, whether
Publish some
you're
stuff.
a dungeon master who has some like cool ideas, or even the lead designer of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, you can go to Dungeon Masters Guild and publish your stuff for fun and profit. Yeah.
and look at these. What?
Hi, Matt.
I'm
How are
like-
you?
Hi, Matt.
Plus, we have all of the Adventurers League. So if you don't have a convention to go to, but you want to check out the latest season, you can buy and play the adventures at your house or at your local game store. We have collections in print, plus the convention content. And
Yeah, that's always great too, because people, early on in 5th edition were like, how do we get these bite-sized adventures
Exactly, yeah.
to play? And now those are all available. If you just want, a quick experience, you can get that all on Dungeon Masters Guild, in addition to all the amazing stuff that the community is making.
plus, we have all of the Extra Life PDFs, like One Grung and
Oh, right.
Lost Laboratory.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can get some really great adventures or new material that supports a great cause. And we have those available year-round.
Yeah. And folks know us for our like humongous digital PDF library, but we actually brought today to show off some of our print-on-demand books.
Which
'Cause
is
you can get like
amazing.
actual shiny, awesome hardcovers. This one's uncaged.
Yeah, hold it steady. Just hold it
Oh,
steady so
sorry.
they can get the shot. There's like a lot of movement.
Sorry, I'm really excited.
Here's my hand model.
Yeah.
Skills. Wow.
This cover, I love.
It's
I
so
love it.
good.
Yeah, by
I love it.
Samantha Darcy. She did an amazing job.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so this is Uncaged. Folks who watch D&D News might have heard. Sorry.
Rub it in.
might have heard of Uncaged, but this is volume 1 of 4. Hundreds of writers, some D&D designer veterans, some it's their first time being published. But it's all about taking female tropes in mythology and legends in all different cultures and turning them on their head.
We've got like at least 2
getting
Medusas
there.
in
Yeah.
cosplay here, which I'm sure we're all inspired by Uncaged.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about this series is it's partnering brand new writers with experienced writers.
Yes.
And they're collaborating to put out these amazing adventures.
Awesome stuff.
I'm getting it.
And the print on demand looks really, really
It's
good.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's not even
Yeah,
print
you
on
wanna find,
demand.
like,
It's
a
like,
good-
here's a book.
Like a good page, like there's full.
So
look
yeah,
at you
what,
holding it
who
still, Greg.
did
I'm
all
all grown up.
the art? Is it various
Various
artists?
folks.
Yeah, there are various folks from the community. Like this one is by Sammy Ward. Kayla Klein illustrated this really gorgeous snake monster. Here it is. Bam.
What?
From a Chinese legend.
Ooh, I love all that too.
Yeah.
Cool.
You mentioned Heroes of Baldur's Gate 1 too, and do we know the lead designer of the Baldur's Gate and the second
James
Baldur's Gate?
Olin and his crew put together basically all of their ideas from the video game now has an epic campaign and
my
a source
God.
book, so you can get started in Baldur's Gate and run on your own adventures or follow their quest through. And he's got recommendations for different eras that you can play. So the timeline for depending on when your game takes place and when it connects with some of the Wizards of the Coast
cool
books too.
idea.
So.
One of the newest Wizards of
Yeah.
the Coast employees,
Yeah.
Right.
James Olin, as well, starting up a new fun thing in Austin, Texas. He was working on this before
Yeah.
he got hired, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he emailed me several months ago, and we were talking about releasing it on the DM's Guild as both PDF and hardcover at the same time.
Nice.
And in the middle of that process of getting the proofs, he emailed. He's like, "I've got a secret announcement that I can't tell you about coming up." So. When can we get this out? So we timed it very close to the announcement for the
Very
new
cool,
project.
right?
Yeah.
Always be branding those folks.
Very
I love
smart.
it.
Very smart.
Awesome. Well, thank
Another
you guys.
beautiful book.
It's so beautiful. They all look like,
And then
published
the
books.
classics too. You can
Yeah,
also get.
I've got a huge, I would say about 60-70% of the back catalog, all the way from OD&D through 3rd and 4th, available in print now on DM's Guild.
That's so cool.
I love
There is
it.
a wealth of content available.
Everyone needs to check it out. Everyone needs to take a picture. We are so excited. D&D Live has been so fun. I love that your guys' booth has been popping all weekend long.
Yeah, people keep trying to buy our books, but you can go to dungeonmastersguild.com to find them.
Print on demand.
Yes.
All right.
Excellent. You guys are fantastic. Any last words before we close out our Dragon Talk segments here at D&D Live?
Yeah, I mean, Dungeon Masters Guild is so much more than a platform. It really is a community where authors collaborate on awesome stuff like Uncaged. So follow us at DMs_Guild, DMS_Guild on Twitter, Dungeon Masters Guild on Facebook, or follow hashtag DMs Guild.
Yeah, we've got a
Excellent.
great community of creators on the Facebook group. If you're a little nervous about creating your first adventure, jump in, and a bunch of people that have been doing this for a while are full of ideas and helpful advice.
Yeah, everyone wants to help each other.
Awesome.
A great community.
Well, thank you, Shelley, for being with me on these Dragon Talk interviews.
Thank you, Tito, for inviting me.
Your voice is definitely much better than mine at this point.
You've worked a lot harder than I have.
That is not true. Thank you guys, everyone who has been watching all of our segments today. We're done. We are going to throw it to the Saving Throw show to be able to talk through amazing stuff about what's happening this whole weekend. We can't wait. They'll be up in about just 2 minutes here on this channel. Awesome. Thank you guys. Don't forget to watch tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Huge rock concert led by Chris Funk of the Decemberists. Cardioid playing this fantasy metal that you'll know and love. Mountain Goats, Jason Charles Miller, and an amazing performance by Magic Sword, as well as Ben Looms starting it all off with some amazing opera singing from a song you may know, and it's going to be great.
It's going to be
Everybody watch, 5 p.m. Pacific time, all of our channels. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
To you.